This right here is the Atem Mini Pro ISO switcher from Blackmagic Design. I got it about 3 years ago, and since then, it has totally changed my workflow, my infrastructure, and my levels of productivity here in the home studio. Live streaming, video recording, graphics, all of that get added into the product as I actually create it. I mean, honestly, I've thought about why don't they make something like this? And then in the beginning part of 2020, they did. Perfect timing as the importance of home studios across the world greatly magnified. That being said, I'm going to praise this product a ton. It is great, but there are 5 features it doesn't have that I would like to formally request to Blackmagic Design here in this video. And by the way, hope you see this, because I hope you can implement these, because I hope they're actually easy and doable. I think a lot of people would benefit from them and using the same hardware. I think a lot of this is software. Like, for example, request number 1, can we do video scopes either on the ultimate program out or on the individual input channels? Can we see a histogram? Can we see RGB levels? Can we see a vector scope? Can we see all of that for the different inputs or the ultimate output? I think that would help a lot of people as they try and calibrate their camera, their graphics, their production. Instead of using an external device, imagine putting this on the multi-view, right? Like, for example, I'm looking at the multi-view right now. Imagine if that were part of this screen right here, if I could see scopes just like this. Tremendous value. Again, I don't know with the hardware and software that could be modified for this, but is the hardware there to do it? If it is, wow, this would be a huge addition. Okay, so that's number 1. We'll start there. Hopefully that's not too difficult. This next one would involve some hardware upgrades in next versions of the product, right? You're not going to get this in current versions, but how about Pro audio in and out? It's a bit amazing to me that on the back of this Atem Mini Pro ISO, there's 2 headphone-sized jacks. There they are, mic 1, mic 2. And by the way, you can switch them to line level. And on the Atem Mini Pro, no, the Atem Extreme Pro, there's also that headphone jack. Mine currently does not have this headphone jack. But I'm talking about Pro level input, output for audio. I'm talking about XLR jacks, maybe mini XLR, if that fits the size of this device just a little bit better. And balanced audio in, balanced audio out. Everything else I'm using here in the home studio, balanced audio for good reason. If you don't know the difference, I invite you to look it up. But this currently is an unbalanced, like really a prosumer level of audio input. I would really like to see XLRs going in and out of this device. Okay, so that one might be more of a long-term upgrade, but how about this? Another short-term thing that I think they could do with software. How about a speed test, a built-in speed test for your ATEM? For example, here at the home studio, when I'm recording something, actually, I take it back, when I'm live streaming something, I'll also use the computer to get kind of a diagnostic on my home network. Is it up to speed? Do I have the upstream capable of launching a stream and keeping it, at a 6 megabit per second level? Can I do that? Well, how about instead of me using the computer to find that out, what if the ATEM inherently had a speed test to gauge the bandwidth of the connection it has, like the Ethernet cable coming out of this device right now? If it could use that and give me a sense of what the network speeds are like, that would be awesome. One less thing I'd have to use my computer for. And again, I don't think this is too difficult, right? A lot of people are using the ATEM to record, cut cameras, throwing graphics, all that stuff, but a lot of people are using it to live stream in addition to recording. And this is a huge deal for anybody that live streams. Okay, number 4, macro keys. Now, the Atem Mini Extreme has a lot more buttons, like a lot more buttons than my Atem Mini Pro ISO does, because it has twice the input channels. And also has some additional rows of buttons up above. But what you're also seeing there on your screen, bottom right, is a Stream Deck XL, which, oh yeah, by the way, I also have Stream Deck XL over here and a Stream Deck Mini over here. What if I didn't need or didn't have to have those Stream Decks? Sorry, Elgato, I'm not trying to run you out of business because like Stream Deck does way more than just controlling the ATEM. It's a fantastic device. Separate videos on that. But also, what if there were macro keys on the ATEM itself? What if I could get to macros with certain hotkeys on the ATEM? It would eliminate the need for me to have, just another device here at my disposal on the desk in the home studio. Software-based, I think they can do it. I don't think it's a big deal, too big of a deal. And I think a lot of people would find value and convenience if there were macro keys or programmable buttons. Like right now, not any of that is customizable, right? Think about that. All those buttons, and maybe just a few, can you alter what they actually do? So that would be a big deal moving forward. Okay, and then last but not least, this is my fifth request for the ATEM Mini and future versions of it, right? Great product right now. Here's some small pieces of advice. How about a multi-view clock, right? Because on that multi-view right now, I've got streaming information in terms of what's the data rate going out right now, and is the cache okay, and how long have I been streaming for. I've also got recording status, like hard drive space and how long I've been recording for. There's audio levels, but there's not actually like a simple time of day clock. What time is it? I mean, that would be helpful. And I know, like I have a computer over here. I could just look at that. I'm wearing a watch right now. I could just look at that too. But it would be great if, like a lot of multi-views in professional broadcast environments, they have clocks. They have multiple clocks, different time zones, maybe even a separate start-stop timer. Could they do a window in the multi-view that only dealt with timing and clocks, or even a small row at the top or bottom? I think that would be a huge benefit. And as you can see here, this is my wall time clock from Paravel Systems. Great product. I'll have a video on that eventually, by the way. It uses network time protocol. It uses the internet to get precise time. So going back to the internet, if this ATEM is connected to it, can it use network time protocol to set its multi-view clock? Woohoo! We're going next level. Do you hear me, Blackmagic? I don't mean to beg, but I hope you can implement maybe even just one or two of these 5 features. But I thought those were worth your time. If you're a user of this device, you understand maybe where I'm coming from. And how about this? To close out the video, by the way, thanks for watching. Thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe to the channel if you want more of this. Are there things that you would like to see on future versions of the ATEM that I did not mention here? Put those in the comments section below.